Alright guys, here we are outside at the stump. You'll hear a sniffing Tato in the background, but so we've got another Olight sale coming up. And I have something new from Olight to show you. So let's look at the Freyer. Now, there's other things involved in the sale, of course. Now, of course, in the video description, I'm going to have the direct link to get to the sale for you. I'm going to have all the information on the different bundles, on the different levels of how much you spend and what free stuff you can get. Discount codes so that if you want to buy something that's not actually on sale during the sale period, but you still want to save some money, I have a discount code from Olight in the video description, so you can use that too. But the main event for this sale is the Freyer, which I think is pretty cool because it does stuff that other Olights have not done before. So we're going to take a look at that. There's also some special edition i5Ts. There's an i3T. I think it's an i5T and some other stuff, but this is what they sent me the sample of to play with and show you guys. And I like it, and the boys like it because it's got just cool features on it. So let's get right to it. Let's take a look at the specs on here. So what you should be noting right away is that we have different colored lights on this thing. So we've got white light, of course, but then we've got an RGB setup. We've got red, green, and blue lights all available. We've got our standard IPX8 waterproof rating there. A 1.5 meter drop. We've got a 1.5 meter drop resistance. All different ratings. So, you know, depending on the different colors. Now, of course, remember, these different color lights are different wavelengths and everything. So you're gonna have different performance in terms of how far it goes and all this and things like that. Then, of course, you've got, you know, your standard white light where you've got a max of 1750 lumens. Then you've got an 850 and then a 300, and then you just have a regular, you know, low of 300 lumens and then a 500 lumen moonlight mode. It'll stay on for 15 days. 15 days on a full charge at 5 lumens. I don't know why you need that, but if you need it, you have that. It'll only stay on its maximum 1750 for a short time for battery conservation and heat conservation, and then it will gradually step down for a number of minutes. But you can always put it right back up to that if you want it on that. So let's take a look at what we've got in the package. So in here we have the light in a sheath. We've got the little accessory package. We have the user's manual. Take a look in here. And we've got the magnetic charger, which I love so much. Wow, those birds are excited. See, they know it's something cool. We've got a clip that you can put on. Now, you may want to use this and you may not, and I'll show you why, because I noticed something about this. And we'll take a look at a couple different accessories that I don't have out here, but when we'll be inside later and you'll see. Magnetic, but it's still pretty solid. So it comes with, not a separate accessory, it comes with this silicone cone. It's a silicone, but it's a silicone wand attachment, basically. Let's open this up and take out the plastic, you know, thing that's in there. It comes with a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Notice it's not a standard 18650. It's a larger 21700. Now this I have not obviously pre-charged it because I'm just taking it out. So we'll have to do that before we do our big test tonight in the dark. Now this is where the magnetic charger snaps on, but also this lets us use a couple other devices on here we'll look at later. But this button lets you go straight to a high mode. With a half push, you get your 300 meter. The half push, you get to your 300 lumens, and then with a full push, you get to your 1750. Which is hard to see in the daytime, but that's just if you want to go straight to it. That also lets us use the separate pressure pad because this fits neatly into the Olight mounting system that we'll see. Now that's an accessory, but it works. so you can put this on a rifle or something if you want later. If you take a look in there, you can see separate LEDs for all your different lights. The red one, well, that's clearly the red one, which is the green and the blue, I can't really tell, but then you have your large white LED in the middle. So for operation, a few different ways we can do this. Hitting that button a single time cycles through your color modes or moonlight mode on the white light. So press it once to turn it on, and we're in moonlight now, and you can hold it down to cycle through the different lights, and you just let it go, and then it's got a memory, so when you turn it back on, it'll come to whatever you were on last. Okay. And we'll see these in the dark again. Click it once to turn it off. If you want to just go through your white light modes, your high and low, double click, and then double click, and that will take you between your high mode and your low mode, so your 1750 and your 300 mode. And then you press once to turn it off. Press it once, and you're back to your colored and your RGB and your moonlight mode. It has a strobe, so here comes your strobe warning. Triple click, and that gets you to strobe. And then from there, you can double click, you can single click, do whatever else you want to do. If you were using the RGB mode, the color mode, and you want to go straight to your moonlight, you just hold it from off for 1 second, and it brings you straight to moonlight mode. And then from there, you can cycle through the other modes. And there you go. Now it has a lockout feature, you know, like other ones. We're not going to demonstrate it now, but yeah, you can lock it out so that it doesn't accidentally turn on. So if you want to use this to direct traffic, or, you know, just as like I'm going to double click this. This makes a little bit of a lamp for you. Red. This is the moonlight one. You really can't see this one unless we're in the dark, I guess. But, you know, this can be a little, you know, set up almost like a little light stick. And then, of course, moonlight. So, but what's really cool is that with previous Olights that used a wand, you had to buy the attachment, and this one you get with it. Smaller and lighter than some other Olights of similar power, and, you know, like I said, RGB for that versatility for whatever you want. So what we're going to do is we are going to power this up. I'm going to let it charge for the rest of the day. It won't take that long, honestly, but we're gonna plug it in. We're gonna give it a full battery charge. We're gonna come out here when it's nice and dark, and we're gonna do the standard flashlight test that I like to do, which I'll explain a little later on. And you know, we'll see how it actually works in the darkness with the reflective stuff we have on our little flashlight testing range, and then we'll talk more about the sale coming up and you know, what you can expect with that. All right, guys, so I am outside. It is an unusually bright night. Now, I don't know if that's going to affect the testing. I don't even know if you can see it. I don't think you can see my hand in front of the camera. It's just low clouds with the moon right behind it. The clouds kind of light up, the thin low clouds, you know, so it makes like almost like a light filter. Anyway, so the way we're doing this is I have these two haunted red barns, and if you've been through my flashlight test, you know why I call them that. But if not, you're going to see them. So, old red dilapidated sheds. I'm exactly 100 feet from the primary one we're going to look at, and on there I've got some reflective trail markers. Off to my right a little bit, I have a trekking pole also with, I think there's only one trail marker left on it. So we're going to use the flashlight, real life. We're going to look how much light it throws down. Now I have the camera zoomed. We'll zoom out so you can see the whole, you know, scope of light, the width of light. We'll see what I call the field of regard. It's an old radar term, but anyway, you know, we'll see how much light it actually puts down there for us. Not only how much does it light up the area, but how much throw does it give to actually bounce light off those reflective trail markers. So I'm going to start by turning it on, and we're in moonlight mode right now. This is the half lumen, which is actually, it seems really bright for a half lumen. So I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to hold down. Yeah, that's moonlight. That's that, or is it, I think it's 5 lumens for this one. Whereas normally moonlight is like 1 or a half lumen, because with my naked eye, I can actually see those range markers reflecting just a little bit off in the distance. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but I can see it pretty well, in fact. But here's my hand up in front of the camera, you know. So now I'm going to cycle through the RBG lights, because they're just kind of next on this. Red light. And again, with my naked eye, I can see those trail markers pretty well. I actually think I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. Now, I guess they're not coming out on camera, but you can see the little playground thing in there. It's about 1/3 of the way down from here to the marker's hand. But I can see those reflective markers pretty well in the red light. Let's switch to green, which you can see we've got a little bit of farther vision. Green. And now blue. And naked eye, I cannot see nearly as far off towards the shed. I'm seeing no reflection at all from those range markers. Now the range markers, the trail markers, are orange, so you know the blue probably cancels out the orange reflection that I would see, which is cool, color theory and all that stuff. But I see nothing with the naked eye. You're probably seeing nothing on camera. And then back to the low power, the moonlight mode, I see them again. So that's interesting. All right, so I am going to go bright with the double tap here. And now we're in high mode. And see those reflective markers? So now we're zoomed just into the haunted red shed. And so you can see how we can actually see off into the wood line a little bit. Let me zoom out. See those reflective markers really nice and brightly. Very nice bright light. And this is our medium mode, down to 300 lumens. Still see those reflections really brightly, whether we turn off to the side a little bit. It's working pretty well. Taking the camera a little bit to catch up. Here's a strobe warning for strobeness. I'm going to zoom all the way out. Okay. And now here comes the strobe for the area effect. And back to high mode so you can see it kind of. Now this is a little bit more directional than some other lights because we're at about 45 degrees off and then rotating through, and you can kind of see the reflective marker right there. Rotating through 45 again. We sort of just see the little end of it right there. Some other lights that we've tested out, you see a little bit more, the field of regard is a little bit bigger, but the throw is pretty good. You know, off into the woods and stuff. And again, let's power down to medium. And off at about 45, we have even less, but see that reflective marker over there pretty well. And you can even see that reflective marker at an angle, which is about 45 degrees away when we're looking straight at the ones down there. Now I want to go to RBG mode again. Well, we went right past red. And yeah, I'm not picking up anything. You can kind of see it on the camera there. The right side reflective. Not seeing much. Are we seeing them down there? I don't know, I can't tell. I'll have to see it on the computer, but very little reflection in the green. And then nothing in the blue. So, pretty good light. And I'm going to show you the accessories that we can throw on it when we go inside. Naked eye, the markers, the reflective, I hope it shows that on the computer when I get in. The reflective qualities, you know, the amount of light it's bouncing off those reflectors is really nice, you know, naked eye. On this little screen on the camera, it's not showing me as much, but I want you to really kind of see it. The quality of light is very good. Doesn't even nearly have to be straight on. It can be. You see, we're getting really good reflection. And now look where the light's actually pointing. It's not even pointing at it, really, you know? You know what I mean? So anyway, let's take this inside and talk about some accessories and some more details of the sale. All right, so coming back inside, I have this just to show you. This is the, you know, accessory style. This is the Olight universal weapons mount thing. And it does fit on this. One little thing that you have to do, though, is it's not going to fit over this end cap. So you have to take the end cap off, and then you can put this mount on there, and then put the end cap back on. And you can mount this on just about any tactical rail you want to. But then, you know, and it works, which is pretty cool. It will not go over this guy, unfortunately, which is kind of a pain. But I mean, if it's going to be mounted, you got to put it on there like once, and then it's on there, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. So this is a separate accessory you can buy from Olight, and I don't know if it's intended. If like I just noticed that it has kind of the same diameter as some of the other things, but it just does not fit over this part right here, unfortunately. Speaking of, though, because it has this magnetic tail cap, you can put the pressure pad on there, and so if you were going to mount it on something, you could get the pressure pad set up and remote operate it, and this thing, of course, comes out. So, you know, when you get this whole pressure pad thing, it comes with this, which mounts directly onto rails, or comes with some double-sided tape Velcro, so you could put this somewhere else, you know, like on a foregrip or closer to the handle or something. It's basically just an on or off. The sale itself starts 8 p.m. on May 27th and runs through 11:59 p.m. on the 28th, so it's just one day. So again, link in the video description takes you directly to the sale. Using the code DocP91B, that's also in the video description, will get you 10% off anything that's not already on sale. So if there's items in the Olight store that you want that are not sale items, you can still get 10% off of all those. There's 2 free gifts going on with the sale. So every newly registered customer on their website will get a free i3E. It's a small little mini flashlight. That's pretty cool. I don't have one in front of me. There's a free magnetic hook for the Obulb if you have the Obulb. There's an orange limited edition Freyer in the sale. There's an i3T limited edition, you know, and a purple Obulb that's in there on sale. If you look on my as an end screen to this, I'll put the playlist for flashlight reviews, and you can look up flashlight. You know, the i3T. You know, I've tested on the channel. The Obulb I've showed you on the channel before. You spend over $129, you're going to get a free green Obulb. If you spend over $259, you're going to get a free Open 2 DT. If you spend over $359, you're going to get a free Baton 3 Premium Edition Orange. So all this stuff, though, I'm going to put in text. Olight is within, always, like I would say, it's always in my top 3 preferred flashlights. My EDC flashlight that I carry most often is an Olight. I really like what they do. Their stuff is so durable. It survives the boys. That's all I need to say. Their stuff survives my boys. That's why I like them, and I trust them, and I carry it. Carried an M1X Striker for the longest time, and then you know, the M2R Pro is my new EDC. You know, most often carried. This guy's pretty cool. I like having all the options. Anyway, so check out the sale. Link is in there. All the information on the sale is in there, and it's cool to get the limited edition stuff in the sale. But like I said, you can always use that code to get 10% off anything else that's not in the sale. But the code only works during the sale period, so take advantage of it. But anyway, guys, I just hope that you liked what you saw, that you like watching the little flashlight tests and seeing how they stack up. I'll be doing some more tests with some more Olights and more brands really soon. Curious to see what you thought, though, and if you have any comments or opinions. In the meantime, remember, you guys are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will be back again real soon.